Hi, you guys. We haven't done this in a while, so I'm excited. I'm going to put a comment design. Ask away. Sorry, that was super slow. Pin comment. Okay, all right. So, hi, sorry. So, we're going to go through this hours. We have pictures that people sent me that I tell you what I would do in the space. And then there's also questions in the question box that you can put, or that people put until before now, that I will answer. So if you have any questions about design, you can put them in the question box. There's a little question mark over there. Chair keeps turning. Oh, 1 second. Let me just fix my chair. Okay. And okay. So I'm gonna start with my chair is being so annoying. Let's start with a picture. Oh, it says move to primary, so you can't really see it. But okay. This room is a master bathroom. There's an ensuite bathroom and full wraparound closet. She wants to put queen size beds and accessorize the wall across from the beds. And accessorize. The wall across from the beds has 2 doors. Okay, whatever. Basically, she wants to figure out how to design this room, right? It's a master bedroom. So she wants to put 2 queen beds. So here's what I would do. I would put 2 queen size beds on the wall that the beds are on, but I would make sure that they were centered. And I would put a really nice night table in between and a nice night table on either side with really, really tall lamps to like balance out those headboards and make everything super even. You don't even have to put a night table in between if you don't want to, and then like just move them apart a little bit when you need to. And then get either really awesome tall headboards that are like full of like design and make an impact and are like intense, or a really, really pretty painting or wall art, because the room is so big that you want to like bring it together and make it feel a little bit more cozy. Now, what she said about the carpet, she didn't know she was taking it out, but she doesn't really like it. So if you take it out, put down LVT, wood look floor, and put a rug. If you don't take it out, also put a rug. So you want your rug to go under your beds. You want it to stick out at least a foot or even 18 inches on either side of the beds, and at least 6 inches at the bottom of the bed. And you usually start it like at the end of the night table. So if you have the bed and you have the night table, you start the rug here, right where the night table ends, and you go out till the end of the bed and then 6 more inches. And this way you go out till the end of the bed and then 18 more inches. So that's the rug. And you can definitely put a rug on top of a carpet. You just have to make sure it's a kind of rug that will like stick to the carpet and not move around. You definitely can put a rug on top of carpet. It actually looks amazing. I would change that light fixture, put a really nice chandelier, and I would put up really luxurious curtains with a curtain rod and some really cute picture of you guys in between the curtains. You want pillows, you want a little credenza. I'm sure that on this wall there's like space for a little dresser where you can put like some knickknacks and a mirror. You want a full-length mirror too, but you can put that probably on the other wall between the doors, and it's just gonna look really epic. Make sure you get nice beds, make sure you get nice linen. I would paint the room a little bit more brighter colors, not so browny, and yeah, it could look really freaking awesome. Okay, I have to check here if there were any questions, because like I don't know how to make the picture go away. Stop sharing. There we go. Okay, let's see the question box. How do I get into interior design if I have no professional experience? So you could just either go to school, which is what I really suggest people do, because there's a lot that we learn in school that is not like, people have like a feel for design, you know, oh, I have a taste for it, I have a feel for it, I know how to do it, that's great. But when you're designing for other people, you have to know the rules, because you don't have that trial and error that you have for yourself, where if you buy something that you don't like, you can just, you know, return it, whatever, put it somewhere else. Like, you don't have that when you're designing for other people. It has to be good on your first try. So I really do suggest going to school, and then I suggest working as an intern for a designer, so that you learn how the work works, like all the technical sides of design, and how to take on a client, how to start a client, initiate a client, how to do billing, how to set up pricing, how to set up presentations, how to deal with vendors, like all the behind the scenes work. So I would suggest working for an interior designer before opening your own business. And I would suggest, when you do open your own business, if you do, to take on 1 or 2 projects for free, so that you can learn from it and you can make mistakes without freaking out, and the person who you're doing it for knows that you're new and knows that it's your first time and knows that you might make mistakes, and that's fine. That's what I would do. I would start with school, then I would work as an intern, and then I would take on some projects for free, and then I would start working. Yeah, that's definitely what I would do. Okay, let's put on the next picture. I'm putting a mirror above, but what to put on the storage thing? Stuff in the basket will go in storage. Okay, so here's the deal. Don't put anything. If you really need like something to bring it together, you can put like a lamp, but don't put anything on the storage thing, because it's always cluttery. It's always cluttery, and things will end up going there anyways, because it's life and we throw things on. Maybe you can put a tray so that whatever you're throwing on can be corralled into that tray. But if you're putting a mirror above it to like balance out the height, then you really don't need to put anything on it. And I really don't suggest putting anything on it, because it will just be cluttery. I don't think it will be good for you. It will just be cluttery. So that's that. I don't know if the people that I'm answering their pictures are here, but if you are here, let me know, because I want to know if you have follow-up questions. I'm happy to answer. Okay, let's see the next question. I keep inviting people by mistake instead of answering the question box. Back of door in bathroom. Hi, Lavana. Back of door in bathroom. What do I put? I'm sending a photo. Okay, didn't get the photo, but on the back of the door in my bathroom, I just put nothing or hooks. That's it. My hooks are go over the door, because that's just the ones that I got. And also I kind of don't like putting holes in things if I don't have to. So I put the ones over the door. They hold up my towels really well. And I don't put anything else behind the door, because honestly, if I didn't have to put the hooks behind the door, I wouldn't. I don't like it. I like zero clutter. I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of don't like clutter. You wouldn't be able to know that if you came to my house. My house is a mess. But newsflash, I'm trying out Clean Lady tomorrow for the first time in a really long time, and I'm like kind of having a panic attack about it. But anyways, that's totally a tangent. But basically, I try not to have clutter, and I try not to create spaces that will have clutter, and I try to have clean spaces, clear spaces with as little as possible on them, so that the design can really shine and that I can really feel happy in that space and not messy. That might be a mom thing. It's possible, but I mainly design for moms, so I think that's fine. And yeah, so I just wouldn't put anything unless you have to put a hook, and then I'll put a hook. Okay, I'm gonna do the den now. Let me see if I can find the picture. I don't know what the heck is on my phone. Oh, I think my daughter took a weird picture. Okay. I'm like, what was that? Who sent that to me? This is yours. Okay, so this is her den. She said that that door is going to be pocket doors, and she wanted to paint it that really, really dark blue, because she wanted it to be really cozy. But then she felt like it was too dark, but then she felt like there's a lot of windows, so maybe it will work. So here's my thing. You have to see, and it doesn't look like this does it, but you have to see when you paint the paint sample on the wall, if the light reflects off of it or if the light absorbs into it, because that was really loud. Because if the light absorbs into it, it won't be cozy, it will be dark. And if the light reflects off of it, it could be cozy, but it also could be glary. So what you really have to do, I know it did not sound helpful, but what you really have to do is you have to put that sample on the wall like you did, but across from the window, and see how it reflects. Now here's my personal opinion of what you should do. I would paint an accent wall that blue color, probably the wall that you did or the wall of the door, and I would bring that color in, that deep color, into the couch. Like I would get a really yummy, deep, cozy, like plush, dark blue navy couch. And I would get a really like patterned but like bright and happy rug that's very shaggy, very thick, very high pile, very shaggy. And I would get just really comfortable chairs. Like what makes a room cozy is not the paint color. It's the furniture, and it's the wall art, and it's the accents. So you want to get good lighting that could be like warm and cozy and dim. It doesn't have to be bright. You don't want it to be bright, but you want it to have the option to be bright. And you want to get like really awesome, like do a gallery wall of your family. Go to mixtiles.com and do a gallery wall of your family. Do that big L-shaped navy couch, and you can still put this paint on the accent wall and bring that color in. And I would do like a really sweet gray, maybe like owl gray is a little bit more teal, a little minty. Maybe silver polish would be really nice. I do bear, and I think that would look really good with this color. And then bring that blue in also in the curtains, and you'll have like this really cozy, yummy room without it being dark. Putting the dark on the walls makes the room very closed in and scary, but putting the dark in the furniture, also if you ever change your mind, it's so much easier to change the furniture. And if you need the couch to be brightened up, you can just put pillows on it that are brighter. And I really wouldn't suggest painting the entire room that blue. If you really want to, you can do an accent wall. That's totally fine. Behr silver polish is from Behr, B-E-H-R. I think it would look nice with that, but this is through a phone. Through a phone, colors change. But anyways, that's what I would do in that space and get a really nice light fixture. I hope that helped. Okay, let's take the picture off. Thank you for being on here. It's so nice when someone's on here and I know that they're listening. What's the biggest kitchen you ever designed a layout for? I'm doing a kitchen now that's pretty big in Delaware. I don't know. It's the biggest kitchen I ever designed. I never designed like kitchens that were like abnormally gigantic. The one I'm doing now could be like, I did one that was 28 feet. The one I'm doing now is 30 feet wide. I don't know. What we usually do when kitchens are that big is we kind of like separate them because we make a dinette in them, and then the kitchen kind of gets smaller. The big kitchens are like, I know, it's like, oh, I want a big kitchen. I want my dream kitchen. I want a huge kitchen. Big kitchens are hell to cook in, unless they're designed correctly, which is basically making it not a big kitchen. But if you're running marathons, it's like, it's not helpful. You need to have, I know everybody talks about the triangle. It's a real thing. It's not really a triangle. It's really more like a squished square. But it's like having one place where you cook and easy access to a sink and an oven and a fridge it's really, 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 really important. And if you have to run around an entire kitchen to get to the fridge every time you need anything from the fridge, I mean, while your pantry's over here, but you're cooking over here and your sink is over here, but your oven's over here, it's not nice. It's not fun. So even when I design huge kitchens, I kind of like make a peninsula, bring it in, and put a dinette. But the biggest kitchen is probably 30, 35 feet. That's a cool question. Why do upholstered wall versus upholstered bed in the master bedroom? I feel like I know you. Are you my client? Actually, I think she's a different name, but I have a client who's not on Instagram on her name, and I just told her to do this. But here's my deal. Upholstered wall versus upholstered bed. Upholstered wall is much more luxurious. First of all, it doesn't move. And it goes all the way, you can go all the way up to the ceiling and you attach it to the wall. So there's no like danger. There's no hard way of installing it. It's also incredibly customizable. You can pick any fabric, any pattern, any shape for the squares, or any shape that you want. And you can install it there. The reason that I like doing it in from homes, like religious homes, is because if the headboard is on the bed and you have the two beds, it looks good when they're together and it looks good when they're apart because the headboard is all over the wall. So it looks good either way. And it makes the beds easy to move. The upholstered headboard is also totally great and fine. It's just a very different look. Upholstered wall is like this elegant, luxurious, sophisticated look, and an upholstered headboard is more like farmhouse, rustic, maybe even a little bit like those kind of vibes. It's not as elegant and sophisticated. It's a very different look. It's just a very different style. And there's clients that I would tell them to do an upholstered headboard, and there's clients that I would tell them to do an upholstered wall. This client happens to be incredibly, like, she's very, like, her all of her tastes are just like beautiful. I was walking through her house and I was like everything. I was just, because we're doing certain parts of her house that she hadn't done yet. The parts of the house that she had done, I was just like drooling. I was like, oh my God, so excited to have a client who lets me do amazing things. So yeah, that's why I do head wall versus headboard, but not always. Like, it depends, it depends on the client. Okay, this one is, I forgot to take away her name, but she's actually really awesome. She's been helping me with my basket, so kudos. She said, I have a question. This is my Chabad room, but she like makes it into a dining room, and she puts a lot of tables and chairs. I think she said like 70. I can't really see. So she needs to design this in a way with things that can move very, very easily. So here's the thing with things that can move very easily. Honestly, it's sectionals, because they come apart really, really easily and they can be moved in pieces. A rug can just be rolled up and put away. A credenza or anything like that can just be kept there unless you really, really need every inch of space, in which case get something that's really lightweight. Google, when you're looking at a project. Hi, Margie. When you're looking at a product online, you can look at the reviews, and you can see that it's not the reviews, I'm sorry, the specifications, and see how much it weighs. And make sure you're getting it from a good company, because whatever you get from a good company can move around a lot and not be ruined. But whatever you get from not a good company, then if you move it around a lot, it will start getting wobbly. But I will say this: if you buy something from IKEA is not a bad company. They're not amazing, but they're not bad. They have good quality stuff, like pretty good quality. Not amazing, but pretty good. But if you put it together yourself and you're not strong enough to screw in all those screws as tight as they really can go, not as tight as you can go, but as tight as they can go, then it will fall apart. So you have to make sure to get like somebody who's a handyman who really knows how to do it to build it. Because then otherwise it falls apart. So that's really what I would do. I would really just get, I see this, I don't know if this is your style or if this is what's there now, but if this is your style, then you'd have to get like very lightweight. You can go into like thrift shops and stuff and feel them and see if you can get very lightweight. Accentuations by Design, all the kind of people that make this furniture today, that furniture will be very heavy, so it won't be easy to move around. But I would definitely just get like lightweight coffee tables, lightweight credenzas, sectionals that come apart, a rug that can easily be rolled up, stuff like that. And wall decor you can keep on, like just you can do shelving, or you can do wall art that you can keep on the wall. So I hope that helped. I think we did all the questions that were in the question box, but let me check. Didn't get like so many today, which is funny. Usually I get more. Oh, somebody wrote something. Okay. There were more pictures. Hold on. I have to get more pictures. There was a way that I can like upload them fast so that you guys didn't have to like wait. Oh, I think someone sent me this pool area. Don't remember you saying anything, so I'm just assuming you wanted to know how to like furnish it. Who makes nice but affordable sectionals? Pottery Barn. There's also a new one that I just saw. It's not new. It's new to me. It was something with an R. I can't remember the name. Pottery Barn makes really good sectionals. Okay, if it comes to me, I'll let you know. But there was one with an R that somebody was posting that I really liked the stuff from it, but I can't remember. If I remember, I'll post it later. Okay, so here's the thing with the pool. Yeah, maybe it was Rove. Yeah. Also, Homery, somebody else just told me, but I don't know what their stuff is like. It might have been Rove. Yeah, I think you're right. There was also Article, but they're not sectionals, but they are easy to move. And there was another one, but obviously I'm blanking out. Okay, so here on this pool, here's the thing. I don't actually do outdoor design, but I can say that I would definitely make like zones here, because it seems like you have a lot of areas around the pool. So I would definitely make zones. I would zone it. I would make like a seating area, and I would make a little chilling area with the shade, and I would make a tanning area. And then I would make like maybe a eating or drinking area, maybe a place with like a cooler, and maybe a little outdoor kitchen. Like I can't tell you exactly like what I would do in those zones, because I've only ever done it once, and I would have to like do that trial and error thing I was talking about before, which I will be doing because we're doing our pool. So stay tuned. I'll story it, and if you like it, you can copy it. I'll let you know any tips I learn along the way. Okay, if you guys have any questions, you can put them in the question box. Meanwhile, I'm going to look for another picture. Here. Okay. This is actually someone who I'm helping her do her living room. And this is her playroom. And she doesn't like it that she has those big IKEA shelves in the back. And you can see the stone above it. And then you see those plastic white walls. And she doesn't like the plastic white walls. But right now, that is her... situation. That's what she could afford. I want to see what Lavana wrote. Check Verbo. I think you mean Airbnb. Maybe you don't mean the Airbnb. For houses in your area, for ideas of zones around the pool. Yeah, so also you just Google it. You can Google pools and see what you like and make a little inspiration board for yourself. And then when you're shopping, you'll know what to look for, like what you're drawn to. Okay, so in this room, she has this like playroom situation that's added onto her house. So what she wants is the bookshelves to not like be shorter than the stone wall, which she put on top of it. Whatever. So let's go like this. First of all, I never heard of Verbo. First of all, you want to have a rug, a rectangular rug. And I know that you're in Israel and I know that it's dusty, but you can get a very low pile rug that will just really help make the room feel a little less walls and a little more room. I would also, if you can, get rid of that couch and put in yummy bean bags so that they don't have to be against the wall. They can be scattered around. That's the first thing that I would do. The second thing that I would do is get really nice thick curtains. So instead of having these curtains, which are like a little thin, I feel like I'm dissing you. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm just trying to say what I would do. I feel like I'm being mean. But I would get like thicker, luxurious like panels that instead of looping them, I would let them hang on the side, open so you can go out to your backyard, but like thicker so that they kind of create a moment. And then I would put something really pretty on the wall on the side closer to us, between the door and the side closer to us. Above your IKEA bookshelves, I would make them even along the whole thing so it's the same height. And I would put plants on top of greenery that can fall over the side or can like go across, and it will fill in that whole area. And if you can, I don't know if this is possible, but if you can, I would also put in some design on the stones. I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's possible to hang stuff on the stone, but if it is, that's what I definitely would do. Just because there seems to be a little bit too much wall art. So I would do the rug, and I would do the bean bags, and I would put nicer curtains, wall art, and greenery, and a lamp. That's what I would do. I know I was forgetting something. Okay. There is a question. I knew that you were thinking about a kitchen. I knew it. Is 10 by 6 island too big even for a huge kitchen? The thing about a 10 by 6 island is that it's going to be so annoying for you to go around it. Like 10 by 6 is huge. I don't know if you saw my kitchen, but mine is like 8, I think it was 7.5 by 4. And I wouldn't make it bigger than that. Honestly, I wouldn't. Like maybe 8 by 4. First of all, you definitely shouldn't make it deeper than 4 because you're not going to reach the middle. So you definitely shouldn't make it deeper than 4. But even 10 feet, like that's big. That's big. I would rather do something else with the area. I'm not saying that you should leave empty space. There should be 4 feet of walkway between counters, like if you have like the island and the counter, there should be 4 feet this way, and 4 feet everywhere. But you shouldn't do more, maybe 4.5, but like you shouldn't leave big empty spaces. But 10 by 6 might literally drive you nuts. Honestly, I'm just being honest here. I think it's going to make you literally exhausted. But if you want, you can send me a screenshot of your floor plan and I can sketch on it. I don't mind. Take me a second. I do it all the time. I don't give you official plans, but I can draw. How can I DIY a toy storage thing for my basement? All I have is an empty room. Go to IKEA and play around. You can do it on their website, but it's easier if you go there because they have computers that have all of their stuff like input into the computer, and then you can literally like build it. They have the whole software and everything. So I would go to IKEA and I would use their computer, and I would just go into their storage section, use their computer, ask them to help you and build it and play around with it. Bring a list of all the toys that you need to store there. And like if anything is like specifically a huge thing, then measure it so that you make sure that you're creating space for everything. And go to IKEA and play with it and hire someone to build it so it doesn't fall apart, and connect it to the wall so it doesn't fall on your kids. That's what I would do. Add more seating on the sides, trying to fit at least 5 stools. You can definitely add more seating on the sides. Yeah, that's definitely an option. Look, if you want to do 10 foot 6, you can. It's not my kitchen. All I would do. It's just that like in experience, I find that like if there's too much walking around needed and you can't cut through, then it really creates an issue. Maybe what you can do is you can make maybe you can make an island that's like 6 feet or 5 feet or even a little more, whatever. You can make the island, and then from where the island ends, you can drop down to the height of a table and put a kitchen table attached to the island. So it's like butt up against the island. So it's like island, waterfall, table, same countertop, right? And then you have a kitchen table, like a dinette. Does that make sense? I don't know if that works with your floor plan, but I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Do you ever butt heads with the general contractor? How do you manage? I do not. Do you know why? Because I only work with one contractor. Do you know why? Because I've butted heads with the general contractor. Here's the deal with general contractors. If they believe in the work of designers, they are very respectful. If they think that hiring the designer was a diss to them, they are incredibly disrespectful. Pun intended. So the thing with general, so I work with Sammy Amram in Muncie, and he's very like respectful and kind and understanding, and he'll explain everything, and he doesn't hide any fees, and he doesn't give you any surprises, and he stands behind his work. But sometimes if you're working with somebody who's trying to like get in and get out and make as much money as possible, they'll use really, really cheap labor, do a really, really bad job, and then they'll try not to fix it, and they'll fix it in stupid ways. So you really have to make sure you're working with someone who really is not trying to do quick work, they're trying to do good work. And I will tell you that the ones who are the cheapest will always have hidden fees, will always come out the most expensive, and will always have the most stress. So don't go with them. What I usually tell my clients, if they're not going with Sammy because either they don't live here or they wanted to check other contractors out, or because they already had a contractor before they hired me, then I always tell them to go with the middle one. So there's always the most expensive one and there's always the most cheap one, and I always say go with the middle one. But yeah, I do butt heads with the contractor, and how do I manage it? I just tell them very simply what needs to be done with zero room for wiggles, and I just say, this is what's going to happen. My client needs to be happy. My client is paying me to not have stress. I will not have you ruin my name. I will not have you ruin my reputation. Deal with it. By the way, it doesn't really matter for designers. Any contractor who wants work will be professional to the designer, because the designer will bring them more work. So it doesn't happen as often as it happens with private owners who they think they can like screw over because they don't really know what they're doing and they've never done this before and they don't have any experience, which is why you should always hire a designer. But yeah, it's a little okay, fine. What are some cool things to do you've done in kitchens that you love to do when it works for the client? Oh my god, I love to do cool colors. I love to do awesome backsplashes. I love to do unique faucets from Ellie. Ellie has amazing posh home. I love to do waterfall countertops. Obsessed with waterfall countertops. And now I am putting in a kitchen. Now I'm so excited about this, but we're putting the stovetop, the cooktop, on the peninsula. So it's over, go looking at the dinette. It's a very wide countertop, so it's not dangerous. And the hood is absolutely gorgeous, and it's coming down from like the middle of the ceiling. It's not attached to the wall, and it's so freaking cool. I also love it when clients let me do really awesome pendants, like unique, awesome pendants, or when they let me do a really cool countertop, not like a standard Carrera. Wow, I have a long list. I like it when they let me do like not standard. Like there's very standard look kitchens, and then there's very like unique kitchens with like vintage vibes and awesome handles and some color thrown in, and I just love it. I love hoods, and I love clients who can afford, I love all my clients, but if a client can afford those appliances like Luciana, but like not, it doesn't have to be Luciana, but like that look of like rose gold and like, oh my god, so pretty. Anyways, totally just like went on a dream. Some people do a normal island and add a prolongation as a table. That's better. Yeah, that's what I just said. Kayla Great might think alike. Yeah, we do think alike. I'm right. Thank you. I like being right. I should tell my husband. Okay. This one. I'm getting so many messages coming in about people yelling at me for being upset at Rockland Kosher. Like, seriously. Okay. I'm moving into this home and I need to buy new living room furniture. How do I decorate? What color paint? Okay, can I just say this? I just want to say this. You cannot ask me what color paint because I cannot answer you. What color paint depends on so many things. First of all, your style. I don't know your style. And this doesn't mean as an attack. I mean this in legit because so many people message me, ask me, what color paint should I do? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know you. So I have to know your style. I also have to know your, like what it's going to look like in your space, right? So I don't know because I'm not there and everything looks different in the phone. So I can't really suggest a color just like off the bat like that. Also, I know that some designers have like colors up their sleeve that they constantly pull out and they know them by heart and it's all beautiful and great. But the truth is that I'm not like that because I need to see how colors work together. So I will take out all the paint chips and I'll hold them together and I'll pull out what my gut's talking to. And that's the color that I go with. Or I'll bring 3 options and you'll pick one of those, but all 3 of those were good. I don't really like say like, I know I did for that den, but it's really just because I used silver polish in a different project recently. So I like had it in my head and I knew that it looked good with blue because they liked blue. So I can't really tell you what color paint, but here's what I would do. I would definitely paint the fireplace. Either reface it with a really cool tile or sand it down and paint it either white or a really cool color. You can do like a really cool color like green. Oh my god, that would be amazing. And then I would get a really awesome sectional or 2 nice couches and a coffee table and 2 armchairs, or a sectional and a coffee table and an armchair. I would get a lamp. I would get curtains. I would get a rug, like a really big awesome rug, not like this rug. I would get a much nicer light fixture, and I would get curtains. I say curtains, and I would get wall art, and I would get pillows, and I would just make it awesome. And honestly, like, this is my entire dream, to just walk into a house and do this. That I'm literally thinking of just like creating a service or like a Instagram / TV show where I just walk into people's house and I just do a room for them. Like they give me inspiration pictures and I do the rest. Like literally, that's my dream. Like in one day. Lavana wants to answer all the questions. She is very welcome to answer all the questions. I am not the only person here who has a brain. That's good for design, and Lavana has a brain that's good for design, so you can answer it. I don't care. What are other unique things that you're thinking about doing now? I hate my house looking like a carbon copy. That's the thing, like everybody now is doing gray. Everybody's doing gold. Everybody's doing white. I personally feel like if you bring in color, you could bring it in a very subtle, sophisticated way without it looking insane. I mean, hi. And I think like my couch in my living room is that green, and over here I have my blue, and in my husband's office I have like this color, like rust orange. Oh, you cannot see it through the phone. See, this is what I'm talking about, like through the phone. And I think it's really important to bring in color. And once you bring in color, your house is no longer going to be carbon copy. I also love patterns. It's a lot to convince a client to let me do patterns, but if a client does, I adore patterns. I love wallpaper, cool wallpaper, like intense, almost intense wallpaper. I love doing things that bring in color and bring in like personality, bring in what you like if you scroll through Pinterest and you just like save the things you like, not Dafka house stuff, but like outfits that you like and house design that you like and stuff like that, then you'll see like certain colors and patterns repeating themselves, and you'll put it in your house, and it's not gonna look carbon copy. The second you start like putting your personality in it and not just doing like the typical glam or the typical farmhouse, you'll see. And I'm telling you, color is the key to it, because once you put in color, you become brave and you'll do anything that your heart wants, and it will be beautiful and amazing. And if you're unsure and you're having commitment issues, just text me a picture and I will tell you if it looks amazing or if it looks horrible. I have no shame in my game. What are your thoughts about curved furniture? It really depends where. I'm not necessarily a huge fan, honestly. I'll be honest. It's not like my biggest thing. I feel like it's very 70s and very trendy and very like whatever. But in certain situations, it could be exactly the right thing. So I think it really depends. Like if you have like a really fun, cool playroom and you have like this squiggly couch, I think that could look really cute. If you have like this really Victorian vibe living room, like all of that, and you have this like gorgeous curved like couch thing chase, then I think that could be gorgeous. Like, I think it goes in certain places it needs to go, but in like most my gut reaction is no, but there's always going to be places where it does fit. I love your couch. I love my couch too. My couch is my happy place. Wallpaper is beautiful. How do you feel about clients who like antique? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. Antiques are my favorite. If you will go with me to a thrift shop, you will be my favorite person on earth. I adore it. I have a little problem that my husband hates antique. He hates vintage. So I don't have like really anything vintage in my house at all, but oh my God, if a client would let me just make her house antique vintage, I would literally probably work for free. I use the same idea to tell clients to pin stuff they like on Pinterest to find and bring out their style. Yeah, exactly. Just tell them that way you like really get a feel for yourself, because you don't know. People like I don't know what I like, I don't know what my style is, but like really you do have style. You do have things you like. You do have things you're drawn to. So if you go through Pinterest and you just save them, you'll see like patterns start repeating themselves. You see things start coming up again and again. I think we did all of the pictures that were sent to me, but there might have been one more. I'm not 100% sure, because I went to the tile store in the middle, so it's like all the pictures of the tiles and then all the pictures that people sent me. Okay, that was all, folks. Let me see if anybody put a question in the question box. I don't think you did. Okay, that was it. So this was actually super fun. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And also, as I'm doing this live, I am seeing so many messages, like, you know how you see messages coming on top of people telling me that, like, I'm wrong for talking about Rafkin Kosher. And I'm not going to get into this here because I don't want to get into it here because it's not my place to get into it. But, like, stop telling me, because I don't care and I'm not listening to you. And he's wrong for not defending Nechama. And he's wrong for not letting us put it on car windows. And he's wrong because for so many reasons. And there is literally no damage done to his business. He was not defending his business. He wasn't even the freaking owner. He's a dumb manager, and I'm not going to argue with you about it, so stop messaging me or I'm going to block you, okay? Never done that before, but this might be the first time. Anyways, thank you for coming, and yeah, we'll probably do this again in a few weeks. Well, yeah, stay tuned. Bye!